Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. So this is a guide video. Yeah, it's the guide video for the skateboarder class. This is not gonna be a long intro. I'm just gonna say real quick and short. If you haven't hit the subscribe icon, please hit the subscribe icon. I really appreciate it. Just hit the like icon and the subscribe one. Please hit it. Anyhow, yeah, that'll be it. And as always, I'm not gonna claim that this is the best guide. This is just what I use, my opinion about this class. This class is very special. Yeah, it's a very special class. Anyhow, let's start with the video. So the first thing we're going to talk about will be how to play this class. I'll say there are two. Basically, I think there are two ways to play the skateboarder class. Might be more, but for me, I already know two ways. The first is burst DPS, that's burst damage. You just rush your opponents with all the skills you can muster in a perfect rotation. Then you run away and evade their skill till your skills cooldown is close to complete or almost finished, and you can perform your rotation again in the same way or in different way, your choice, depending on the situation. That's one way. The second way would be just to continue after spamming all your skills. You continue with your auto, and when your skills cooldown is ready, you spam them again. So those are the two ways I know. There might be more, but those are the two ways I know. I won't really suggest the second way, that's the continuous DPS process. I won't really suggest that because this class, even though it gives Blade Master or Fighter vibes, it's not really as tanky as there, I guess, because I mean, the Blade Master has a couple skills which helps it reduce the damage it receives, and the Fighter has a skills that buffs it. This also has that, but in a way, I don't know if it's actually working or not, but I feel like I die a lot with this class. I don't know. So that's one quick explanation of the playstyle of this class. Another thing you should know is you have three and a half chasing skills. I know people are like, what's the half? So the first will be this, your intercepts flash. The second will be this one, the leaping. The third will be this is the best chasing skill. And the half skill will be this one. You can see it barely goes anyway compared to this. So those are your chasing skills. If you use them properly, range classes will barely be able to evade you, but definitely classes like the Reaper, especially a very good Reaper, will be able to evade you quite easily. And let's talk about the stats of the class. For this class, you have a couple stats. I'll just mention them according to what I believe are their order of importance. The first will be your physical attack, the second will be your critical level, the third will be your attack power, the fourth will be your defenses. You gotta get your defenses and your health up, and the final important stat will be your CDR. I don't think multi-strike is that important for this class. It is useful, don't get me wrong, it is useful, but it's not as important as those other ones I've mentioned. The core setup for this class is quite simple. We have just two basic core setups. We have the 9 fire, the 5 wind, and 2 water or earth. That's 9 fire, 5 wind, 2 water or earth. I'm using this because this is not my main class. I'm not changing all this. I'm not spending all my diamonds just to change all this to use this class. The second setup I'll advise will be 9 wind. You gotta use 9 wind over here, 5 fire, and 2 water. For the allies, I'll just give you 2 basic allies. There's no need to talk too much. You could either use any of the Caesar, the college Caesar, the wedding Caesar, or whatever Caesar. Use any of them. The EX that increases your dodge percentage and hit percentage are very useful, and also the passive is nice. So yeah, use any of the Caesar. If you do not have any of the Caesar, you use Airy. Any of the Airy will be useful for you, but personally I think the main Airy or the wedding Airy will be very good for you. And for Caesar, I believe Captain Caesar will be a spectacular improvement for you. Where is it? Yeah, he has the reduces damage sustained passive, so you can use him as your center ally. It's gonna help you survive longer. At least that should add to your survivability. Alright, so first you have your intercept flash, which is your fastest skill. You use that and it puts a mark on your opponent. Then you have your Calamity Intertwined, which is perfect to use immediately after Intercept Flash. You have Pain Armor, which reduces your damage you receive and gives you super armor for 15 seconds. You can use it twice, but I believe it's best to just space it in between. Don't rush and use both of it, because if you do, it doesn't increase the time. It only just, I don't even know what it does if you use it together. But I wouldn't advise you do that. Just space your usage of it. Then use Intercept Scatter, which is this one, the fourth skill after you've used this first one. Use Intercept Scatter and it immediately resets your first skill. Then you can do it again and Calamity Wave. So that's one way. And your final skill, which is this. Alright, I have enough energy now. So for the red skill, we have Aerial Flash, which is the first one. This first one. And we have Hidden Mist, Time Locking Bolts, and Chilly Barrier and Morning Tide. Morning Tide is this. It doesn't deal any damage, it just gives you super hammer for 10 seconds and critical resists. Then Chilly Barrier is this fourth skill. It does a lot of damage and increases the damage received by the opponent. Hidden Mist doesn't deal any damage, it just gives you invisibility and heals you for 2 seconds, so which is very nice. Then you have your Time Locking Bolts, which seals your opponent's skill. It's like a binding, a crowd control skill. It does quite a lot of damage, but nothing compared to the first skill, which is this. It has a charging effect, and if you let it charge for 3 seconds, it's going to deal a whole lot of damage. You can see from the setup here, the damage of the Aerial Flash, which is that number 1 with just 4 seconds cooldown for me, deals 4 million damage. So that's a lot of damage. And all the other skills deal insane amount of damage. I mean, the lowest damage this class has is the first skill, which is Intercept Flash, that deals 800,000 damage. Like, what the heck? And the Sword Dancer's highest damage is a Zuru mark, and it does, what the for the PvE build, this is what I use for PvE. But if you do not like this, there's another one I use sometimes. I change my C-level talent plate into this Full Strike. So every time I perform my number 1, that's Intercept Flash, there's a chance it's gonna reset my number 2 blue skill, and that chance is based on me critical. But since it's against monsters, you have a higher chance of criticaling against monsters. For the deep talent of my PvE, for group PvP, this is meaning what I use. Place to get into my crossbow mode a lot faster, hunt dares together, tail wave, and Robin Hood. If I do have enough talent points, I plan on putting the rest into this hunt. I use this for my duels, for arena, for single monster fights sometimes. But if I'm gonna use this for single monster fights, I usually change complete seal. You can change complete seal into hunt dares together. If I have enough talent points, I plan on putting it into this. There are two EX, the Reaper Sight and Bronze Throne, and both EX have quite a long cooldown. I think Reaper Sight is 90 seconds and Bronze Throne is 120 seconds cooldown. So that's quite a lot. So I mainly use Reaper Sight for PvE, and I would suggest you use this for PvP if you feel like you have a lot of DPS, if you have a lot of attack and you're confident in your defenses, then you can go ahead and use this. It's gonna give you a lot of damage boost. But if you feel like you want to be more tanky and you want to survive more, I'd suggest you use Bronze Throne. I use this personally and I prefer it to the other one. I'd also suggest you use this in Battleground because you're going to be dying a lot. But if you feel like you don't really care about that and just want to kill people a lot faster and stuff, then I'd suggest you go with Reaper's Sight. And definitely for PvE, Reaper's Sight is what I'll suggest. Then for the other EX, there are a couple I favor. I think Royal Fire is the best for this class. I think it's the best for PvP. After Royal Fire will be Tyrant's Eye. The other EX I would suggest for this class will be Minefield or Holy Judgment, whichever one you prefer. I haven't tried the actual Judgment skill, that's this one, but I have tried Dustbuster. For Dragonblood, there are two Dragonbloods I'll suggest mainly. The first will be Lord of the Sky and Wind, and with Lord of the Sky and Wind, it has the skill to give you super armor for 4 seconds. So if you combine this with your dashing and the paint armor super armor duration of 15 seconds, and the super armor you gain from Wind of Tide, and so many other skills, you can stay in super armor almost throughout with this class. So if you want to have continuous super armor, Lord of the Sky is for you. The second Dragonblood I would suggest would be Serpent's Tail. If you want to deal more damage, this can help you reduce your opponent's defenses, so you can be able to kill them faster. Then there are a couple other Dragonbloods I can suggest. You can experiment with others. And this will be the final Dragonblood I'll suggest, the Wingless Owl. It actually increases your critical rate and critical damage, so it's kind of like perfect for this class. Those are the Dragonbloods I'll suggest. Any one of those you have, or if you have all of them, you can just pick one of these and use. Try out and figure out the best for you. Now for gears, I think this is based on your likes. We're gonna go to the set. It's based on your likes. Do you want full DPS or do you want reserved DPS? When I say reserved DPS, I mean, do you want to have a little more defense, like to protect yourself, to fall back on? So if you want full DPS, you're gonna go with 6 Suitors and 4 Friggers. That's for level 120s. For level 110, it's gonna be 6 Dragon Rider Spear and 4 Logi Scheme, or 6 Logi Scheme and 4 Dragon Rider Spear. The level 100s, I'm sure you can find the replacement for this. And for the level 130, it's gonna be 6 Ragnarok and 4 Goddesses 1. That's for full DPS. For the reserve DPS, you're gonna have 6 Ragnarok and 4 World's Trees Fall. For level 120s, it's gonna be 6 Sutter's Rage and 4 Kraken's Roar. And finally, for the level 110s, it's gonna be 6 Dragon Rider Spear and 4 Revival of Geomonk. For the level 100s, I think it's gonna be Revival of Kraken and another one. Yeah, I've forgotten which one it is. You can find it out over there. And that'll be it for the sets. For the 7 scenes, definitely you're gonna choose between Filth, because people are gonna be running away from you a lot. You can just use this as another chasing one to catch up to them, and also if you procs on them when they run, or if they run, you bleed them to death. If they don't, you hit the heck out of them with your bat. Then another one you could use is either Pride or Wrath. Those are what I'll suggest for this class. And that'll be all for this class, the skateboard class. If you learned something, I guess, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, share the video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this explained the skateboard class for you. Then I hope you come up with your own great play style for this class. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.